G'day, Aussie Bonsai Bloke here, how you going? Well, g'day guys, I've had a bit of a cold, trying to get over it. No, not the COVID, just the cold. Been doing some digging out the back as well, and just, you know, it's been another hot minute since I've done a video. I'll try to not get too croaky, but I did sort of half lose my voice. It's coming back. But good news, guys, good news. The old OMAD diet's finished. I've gone from 102 kilo down to, I think, 83, or 82 and a half was the lowest I weighed. And now it's time to get onto the old ton. Nothing like breaking a cold with the old ton. So let's get into that. Priorities first. Oh man, I miss you. I miss you so much, ton. Alright, and by the way, that'll hopefully make videos more fun. Ton makes it fun. Right, so this tree here is Japanese red pine. Today we're going to decandle it. From what I've heard, 2 flush pines you decandle first week of summer, which for us in Australia is December, the first week of December. We're actually mid-December at the moment, but you know, I missed a week. The week when I should have done it, but 1 week's not going to matter. So I think the idea is when you get them into refinement, you decandle all the new candle growth. So you decandle all that, and all the baby ones that grew, decandle them, and even the little buds that didn't shoot but are still sitting there, you just nip the very tip off. And I think you leave 8 to 12 pair of needles at the base, or 8 pair, which is pretty well what it's got from where I shot from anyway. So really just cutting the candles off. And then I think the idea then is the new buds that come out and shoot are going to be smaller, and then in autumn you shoot select back to 2 shoots per location, and then the year after you obviously do it all again. So today we're cutting off all the buds, needle, well, what do you call them again? Thought I just had them. Maybe I'll have another ton, it'll make me remember. It did, candles. So we cut off all the candles today. I do want to leave one. I'll bring you up for a close-up. I do want to leave one, and this is probably not advised because it's going to look stupid on the tree, but that's fine. So here, where you going, buddy? Here. You got a little pine cone. Look at the little pine cone. You're so cute. You're so cute. So we're going to leave that one. I think the other pine cones that were on here died and fell off, which is fine. But we have one. So I want to keep that one just as a bit of interest and see how it grows. If it falls off in the future, maybe I'll cut that branch back. But for now, I'm really excited to let that little pine cone grow. It's pretty cool. So we're going to do that. Have a couple of ton, have some fun. While I've got you on close up here, actually. Oh, my voice is so croaky. Okay, while I got you on close up, you can see where we cut back to last time and did the shoot selects. You can see the new candles are where you got this green section with no needles on it, and then you get all your needles at the end, and then it's still elongating in there, or that one not so much, this one yes. So you got the really, that's why we cut it back to last autumn. So this is one of the strong buds that shot, and all along that whole length there's nothing at the start, then you got all your green, and now the bud in the middle is still pushing hard, so it's about to shoot out again. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut them all back to there, right back. This tree will be a bit naked, the little ones cut back, even ones like this one barely grew, cut it back into there, and we're going to do that across this whole tree right back, so it'll look half naked but more refined, because at the moment you can see she's pretty long and leggy again, extremely healthy. And I also believe that once you do this, you don't fertilise again until the new shoots, when they do shoot out again, when they harden off, then you can start fertilising again. I believe even from 3 weeks ago, which I haven't fertilised, until they harden off, no fertiliser for this tree at all. Obviously there'll still be some left in that soil, but you can't do much about that. Otherwise the new growth you get will be long and coarse like this growth is now. So you can see that was really vigorous growth. Well, let's hope. This one here, have a look. That one there was divided to two. This is one shoot gone all this way, and now it's already pushed out two more already pushing. So I'm going to cut it right back to there. I'm going to do that over the whole tree. It won't take very long. I'll keep you guys live for it, I think. And maybe put it all together in a hyperlapse at the end if someone wants to see it, you know, fast forward. That's fine. We've got a bit of a different table here at the moment because we've got a bit of a legal activity happening on my normal table, and I didn't feel like cleaning it off. So we go on to this one, and we're just going to work on this one. So this is our table for now, and that's why I've got plastic on it. I don't want to get it too dirty. Right. Also, it's a bit windy outside, so if you get a bit of noise, you're just going to have to bloody deal with it, aren't you? Oh man, this beer is bloody nice, I tell you. Oh, before I forget, I'll just plug you guys back in charge. And then let's get to this tree. Be a pretty short video, this one. I'll show you the work I've been doing around outside, but it's so bloody windy. Our last 6 weeks have just been carnage of wind. So even my baby shoots like that, even that baby shoot's getting cut off. So you can see there, you've only got 2 little shoots now with not many needles, and they're just going to have to reshoot out. So I guess technically you really lose that whole spring flush. It's gone. But what you do get, I believe, is a nice flush. You get a nice flush that comes back from this. That is just beautiful ramification that you can keep, rather than all this long crap that you can't. So we're going to do that. Even, like I say, even a needle like that only just opened up a little bit, it's gone. Now, I found something really depressing too. I haven't had my phone out of the case for, I don't know, a week and a half. Pulled it out to do this video, and I must have leant on something pretty hard and it smashed. So the whole back glass of the phone is smashed. I've only just learnt that, so if I look a bit miserable during this video, well, that's because my phone's trashed. I don't know what it is with me, I just can't keep a good phone, I just keep trashing. At least it wasn't the front glass, but it's pretty ordinary. It's not a crack, it's completely smashed. But anyway, Lucky it's not interfering with the camera. So we're just going to keep going back in here, cutting them back. Even the little ones, cut them back, cut them back. This pine is getting close to deserving a pot, and to be honest, I should have repotted it already. I am or are going to have to do a bit of research to see when to pot them, or someone can probably tell me, because I don't know when to pot them. I've got no idea. And a bit of a disclaimer, I don't know anything about pines. I'm just having a bit of a stab in the dark here, what I've heard, not learned, because I haven't put it into practice to see the results. So I can't say learned, but I can say what I've heard. I heard it on the Modern Bonsai podcast with Andrew Edge. I think it was Andrew Edge. And, you know, I might be doing it wrong, I might have listened wrong, and it was a fair while ago I did listen. But first week of December, cut all the new needles clean off, gone, and wait for new growth and don't fertilise. He said it was that simple, and let's hope he's right. And then we just leave it. When the new shoots that do come out harden off, then in autumn we shoot select, but when they do harden off, then we can start hitting it with some more fert. Now this is only when you're trying to refine pads and branches. When you're trying to grow thickness, I believe this is not the case. You just let it run and then, I don't know, cut it back later. But obviously with a pine you can't cut it back where there is no needles. You have to cut it back to where there are needles. So always bear that in mind. If it's a pine, don't cut it back to no needles, because you've just killed your tree. It should be dead. Always leave needles. You can see every one that I've cut here, I've left a clump of needles. Okay? Every single one. Do not want to cut back to no needles. No needles equals dead tree. For real. It will die. Just for some reason they don't push back. They'll back bud as long as you've got good strong growth on the end and you leave needles on there. But they won't back bud if you cut back to nothing. Complete opposite to a deciduous tree, which will back bud if you completely take every leaf or cut branches back hard. They always back bud. Pines do not. So we just keep on cutting away. I almost cut that one back to no needles just after I said that. Oh, my voice. Well, I think what's going on here, that I almost did that, is the old ton beer is starting to kick in. I can feel it. I can bloody feel it already. Just such a good feeling. Man, there's nothing better than a Friday night drink. Oh, that's what being an Australian's all about. Out in the bush, drinking a beer in the middle of nowhere. Woo! Loving it. Life is good. So yeah, sorry guys, I haven't been doing many videos lately, but like I say, it's been either hot, windy. Now it's been cold this week, but very windy. And also, I've been doing a little bit of painting of the house and been ripping the backyard apart with Bobcat so that we can level it out, put a trampoline there. Kids' veggie garden. I still got to make that. I'm hoping to make it this weekend because half of their veggies in them little pots are starting to die that shot because they got too, I guess, root bound and started to die. But even if half of them survive, that's alright. What else have I done? I've planted some desert rose seeds, and we got about, I planted about 20 odd, and I reckon there's at least 10 that are already up. I had to put them in boiling water, believe it or not. Boil the jug, put it into a glass, chuck the seeds in, and then I left it for 2 days, and now I've got at least 10 coming up already of these desert rose plants, and we're going to plant them in the garden. I've also planted a heap of other plants in the garden. I just absolutely love putting plants in the garden. You got that many plants in the garden, it's unbelievable. But I just keep putting them in. I go up the street and find more plants for sale. I keep buying them. Can't help myself. Not so much bonsai stock. I do want to create a section when everything's settled down and we're all moved in. We've moved in, but when all the gardening and the layout of the place and the house painting's finished, I do want to set up a big field growing section where I sort of soften the ground up and run some trippers and just grow a heap of trees. Probably not natives, because in the ground their roots are going to run, and then when you dig them up they die. Maybe some callistemons, because they're okay, you can dig them up out of the ground. But maybe some more exotics, some more Chinese elm, some oak maybe. We'll see. But I do want to do a field growing section, and I'll share with you guys the progress of that. That'll be pretty cool. So this tree here is a super beginner tree. It might not look like it, but I haven't put much effort in. I've literally learnt how a pine shoots on this tree. This is the first pine I've ever owned, and I think still the last one I've ever owned. I'm trying to think, I don't think I still own another pine. It's the only pine I got. Might change in time, but for now, it's the only pine that I own. So here's a baby needle. Still cut it back. Try and find all these babies, because if you don't cut back the baby needles, what will happen, or the baby candles, if you don't cut the baby candles back a little bit, what will happen, they'll shoot out flat out straight away, and they'll be really long, leggy, unusable growth. So you want to get even the littlest little branches that have shot, and you want to make sure that you cut them back as well, because here's another one here. I don't know if you can see that, but you have to make sure you cut that back too, because if I was to leave that one but cut everything else back, this one would shoot out, flat out, and it would soon become one of these without growth there, and then needles at the end, which is unusable. You can't really use that in any sort of design that you want to do. So here's one here. Look, just cut it with these little needles. Just cut the top of the candle off. So just make sure you have a good look. Here's another baby one in here. Make sure you have a good look and cut these, because you leave them, you'll get some unusable growth. But mostly we're okay, mostly I've cut them all. You'll get that pine sap flow happening now. Not much you can do about that. Okay, so there's still some real baby ones in here. They're just in here, just keep a good eye out, because like I say, you leave them, you'll get some strong growth from that section, and then you'll have to cut it off again anyway, and then you'll never be able to use it because you have to cut it right off. Whereas hopefully now, I haven't done this before, but hopefully now what will happen is I'll get some really predictable finer growth because I haven't fertilised this tree for 3 weeks, and I'm not going to fertilise it until the new growth hardens off. But I'm hoping now it'll shoot a couple of buds from each location, just short little shoots before autumn comes along. And then in autumn, if it shoots 2, I can just keep both of them. If it shoots 3, I can shoot select to 2. If it shoots 1, obviously that's it, you just got the 1. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm nearly done. Just have another good look. Found another one, see? Keep an eye out. I guess generally if you look and find a really strong area of the tree, it's probably looks really strong because there's shoots in there that you've missed. So if you look for a really green patch, yeah, look, I've looked for a really green patch in the tree, and there's a couple of shoots there that I did miss. So just keep an eye out for that. Like I say, cut back to no needles. You got dead branch. Cut back everything to no needles, you got a dead tree, but you'll at least have a dead branch if you cut one back to no needles. Anyway, just a bit of a tip, and hopefully that all made sense. And like I say, that went from that podcast with Andrew Edge, and I hope that I've done him justice and made sense as far as first week of December, cut back all the candles to nothing, and tip all the baby ones, and then let it shoot without fertiliser. And then come autumn, you know, you'll be back on a fertilised regime, and you'll just shoot select to which ones you want to keep, because this will hopefully shoot out with shorter needles and shorter branching. Hopefully a lot shorter needles, because these are getting pretty long. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you'll let it shoot out in the next spring, next year, which will be 2021 spring. And whatever you get from that will be cut off in 2021, first week of summer. Simple, I think. I haven't even chosen a front on this. When I repot it, I'll do the front, but I think it's there or there. Don't think there. I don't think I'm going to tilt it one way or the other, because if I tilt it this way, then the top will be straight, or this bit will be straight up here. And if I tilt it that way, then the base is going to be vertical to the ground, so it'll probably stay similar to that, but maybe with something like that as a front. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. We'll sort that out later. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal to choose your front straight away. There's also a possible front there as well. Could be a possible front. Not a big deal. Just, you know, for now, just keep it alive. Keep it alive, keep it refining. That's about it. So yeah, you can see the red pine has longer needles than the white pine, but I believe similar to the black pine, 2 flush. I don't know if that one's been forgotten. No, I think that one's okay. So 2 flush pines. So your 2 flush pines, I don't know what they are. Red pine, black pine. I think there's others, but I don't know. That's how you treat them. Single flush pine, like your white pine, this is completely irrelevant, and I have no idea how to bloody do that. So anyway, that's for another day. So anyway, Cheers for watching. Aussie Bonsai Bloke. Try and sort out my voice. Although I am planning on doing another video in the next 10 minutes. Which might not be edited in the next 10 minutes. But I plan on doing another one. So I'll probably still have this croaky voice. Maybe the same top. And it'll be 2 days later upload. Anyway. Cheers. Let's have fun with the ton. Bloody beauty. Oh man. Oh man. I love that. Oh. That's bloody good stuff. Bloody beauty. Okay, cheers. I'll give you a spin on the way out, guys. Cheers for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. Tell your mates about the channel. And if you're a long time watcher and you haven't subscribed, don't bloody bother. Cheers.